Good evening, Professor Dr. Usko. This is Ramkrishna Gundapalli. Today we are going to explain about Scrum teams. Firstly, what is Scrum team? It is nothing but a framework that help project manager and project professional to streamline their work. From the last few years, there is an increase in the Scrum framework. It is because it is very easy and helps in project management. Scrum details. Scrum team is usually a very short team, around 5 to 9 people. They all are work together. Scrum teams are always multidisciplinary and extremely driven. High level of team members communication are fostered by the Scrum structure. And Scrum teams use the Scrum framework to direct the project management procedures. And here you can see the diagrammatic representation of the Scrum project. Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the Developer. And moving to the organization of a Scrum team, it is usually contain project owner, Scrum Master, and developing team. This product owner is responsible for responsible communication between business user and end user. End user are the responsible people who is using our product. This is the development of the Scrum team. Development of the Scrum team contains the developer quality assurance, business analyst, and testers. Here you can see the developer quality analyst, developer business analyst, architect, and developer. This is the development of Scrum team that contain a developer. In this team, all will work together towards same goal and deliver the project successfully. These teams are responsible for completing project in a given sprint. In a given sprint, this team structure changes from organization to organization. Based on the organization, there are many Scrum Masters and more product owners. And moving to the next, what are the roles in the Scrum team? There are three main roles in the Scrum team, which is product owner, Scrum manager, and a development team. Firstly, product owner. So it is usually used to have product owner who take all the crucial decisions. His main aim is to managing Scrum backlog and interact with the stakeholders. Okay, and moving to the Scrum manager, it is nothing but who is expert in Scrum framework. He will be helping his teammates to complete their work and responsible to protect the project from any distraction. And moving to development team, there are responsible to work with high quality. This is usually 5 to 8 members in a developing team, and they work together in each sprints. And moving to sprint fundamentals. First, what is sprint fundamental? It is a small period of time where the Scrum team members work to complete the amount of work. Here are the sprint in Scrum. It is very important part in the Scrum fundamental. During the sprint, changes are not made that affect the impact of a whole Scrum. In Scrum, the sprint is crucial. Each sprint would have little or over a month. Changes that can have an impact on the sprint aim are not consistently taken into account during the sprint. Moving to sprint planning, the main aim is to deliver the sprint, and there are 5 steps in the sprint planning. Come prepared with the data and estimated story points. Confirm estimated story points for all items on the backlog. Agree on the items to move the new sprint. and determine the team's capacity for the upcoming sprint and compare it with the total story points proposed. And the fifth point is end the meeting with a question and answers to ensure all team members are on the same page. And moving to Scrum lifecycle, uh, it contains several stages that should be implemented in the process of Scrum implementation. The phases are plan, design, develop, test, deploy, review, and launch. Each event in the Scrum has a limit, importance, and involvement. And Scrum projects are divided into sprint parts. In each project is enhanced and then sent as a final output. Once all the sprint stages are done and the project is ready, then the project is deployed. So because of the sprints only, each project has versions. So this is how sprint life cycle is implemented. So moving to the implementation of a life cycle, there are different stages of implementation of the life cycle, which are planning, as we earlier said, planning, implementation, daily scrum meetings, review, and a retrospect. Mm, Planning, we'll have a product backlog with features that need to be added while the project is being developed. Implementation, in the stage development process, which is where the work that will be scheduled during the sprint. And daily scrum meetings, daily, it takes 10 to 15 minutes of our time. Each team gather and uh, what we need to do and what are the next step to do to get the better output. And a review, review is conducted by all conclusion of each sprint in order to assess and if necessary modify the product backlog. And moving to the retrospect, in retrospect, the team discusses the final findings before the next sprint planning starts and decide how to streamline the development. Uh, Moving to the teams involved in each stage: planning, implementation, daily scrum meetings, review, retrospect. Development team, in planning stage, development team and scrum master and product owner will involved, and usually around 1 week, 1 hour per week, it will be taken in the irritation. And implementation, in the implementation stage, development team and scrum master involved, and time decided in a sprint. For this stage, time is decided in a sprint. Daily scrum meetings, development team, scrum master, optional product owner are the teams involved in this stage, and no more than 15 minutes will be taken for this stage. And going to review, development team, scrum master, product owner. Product owner is optional, and the product stakeholders are involved in this stage. And typically 1 hour per week taken for this irritation for this stage. And moving to retrospect, mm, development team, scrum master, and a product owner will involved in this. It will take 45 minutes per week. And moving to backlogs, uh, backlog first. What is the backlog? It is the list of tasks that need to be completed. We can prioritize the work in the backlog. We can rank from in this we can rank from highest to lowest. uh, so the tasks which are urgent and need to be completed immediately are maintained in the backlog in top position, so the team can work individually. uh, Here are the two main type of backlogs: product backlog and sprint backlog. In product backlog, it contain all the list of tasks a list of tasks that need to be done and to complete the project. It also break the list of backlog tasks so that development team can use it. This product backlog is one of the backlog that shape the Scrum methodology. We can use different management tools that can help the product backlog. In this project backlog, we usually hear uh, uh, product backlog and a sprint backlog. And moving to sprint backlog, it is a subset of product backlog. It contains the product backlog items that can be completed in the specific sprints. All must be communicated with the team and work upon. It is created by Scrum Master. So and the Scrum Master and the development team, so that they can arrange the work completely within the time. They can use several project management tools that can help us to work the sprint backlog. And here is the diagrammatic representation. Product backlog items, and here the features, defects, technical work, knowledge. And in this you can see user stories, user cases, use cases, and free form fast. And moving to and here is the product backlog. The product backlog contains a list of each potential item considered for a product. Everything from the simple modification to substantial additions in the queue, and while others will wait in the line until more issues are resolved. And in Scrum product backlog, you can see the requirement in sprint 1 there are the 4 requirement phases, and in sprint 2 there are 3 requirement phases, and so on, and sprint 4. And moving to sprint backlog, when a Scrum product team gets together to plan work for the upcoming sprint, the sprint backlog produced. In product backlog, as it is a subset of product backlog. You can see the story one in there are the subsets for this: task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. And in the story 2 you can see the two subsets, and in same like in story 3 also you can see that.